Victor, and I'm here to solve the question for the question 2 on our Susulan understand. Given this table, I said we are asked to make a box plot of x and y. The x values are arranged in any order, and their values are the x values are 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Then the y values are 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 10, and 13. Okay, now we find the quartiles, the quartile 1, quartile 2, and quartile 3. For x, now the values of the quartile, the three quartiles for x. The quartile 2 is the median, which is 6, there's the middle number. The quartile 1 is the lower half, which is 2, 3, and 5. While the quartile 2 is the upper half, which is 7, 8, and 9. As I solved this. So the interquartile range, that is the IQR, the interquartile range is Q3 minus Q1. That's the formula for interquartile range. So Q3 is 8, the Q1 is 3, which is equals to 5. That's the value of the interquartile range. Now, well, we are going to find the outer limits. The outer limit formula for outer limit is Q is the quartile 1 minus 1.5 open bracket IQR, and our IQR here was given at the value of 5. The IQR is 5, as we saw before. Now this is the formula. I solved it. 3 minus 1.5 times 5. 1.5 times 5 is 7.5. 3 minus 7.5 is minus 4.5. Now that one was for the upper bound. Now for the lower bound, sorry. Now for the upper bound, the formula is Q3, that's the third quartile, plus 1.5 open bracket into bracket 1 IQR. Now, which is the formula for Q3 is 8. Formula then plus 1.5 times IQR. The IQR is 5. So the answer is 15.5. Now, on doing that, we learned that all the values that is based on the scatter plot, on the x plots, the IQR method, there are no outliers in either x or y. There are no outliers. All of them lies between the values. So all values lie between 4 and 5 for x. That's for x. Now let us go to y. For y, let's solve for y. The quartile for y, the quartile 1 for y is the value is 4. The quartile 2 for y, which is the median, the value is 7. Then the quartile 3 for median, the value is 10. Then the IQR now, as we saw before, quartile 3 minus quartile 1. The quartile 3 is 10, remember, and the quartile 1 is 4. Then 10 minus 4 is 6. That is the IQR for y is 6. Now the lower bounds is equals to, as we saw before, the lower bound is quartile 1 minus 1.5 into bracket IQR. The quartile 1 is 4 minus 1.5 into bracket 6. Then if you do if you summation everything, you get minus 5 for the lower bound for y. Then the upper bounds for y, the value is quartile 3 plus 1.5 then the bracket IQR into bracket IQR. 10 plus 1.5 times 6. 1.5 times 6 plus 10 is 19. That's the value of the upper bound for y, for the values of y. Then all the values of y are also inside the range, so no outliers in y. So x and y has no outliers. That is the initial answer, the first answer for question 1. No outliers, there are no outliers. Now, we are moving into the calculation of the regression line. Calculation of the regression line. The formula for calculating regression line is y squared equals to a plus bx. Where b is summation x minus x bar into bracket y minus y bar all over summation x minus x bar square. Now, to solve that equation, we will need the mean for x and the mean for y. The mean for x, thus using the formulas we have, the mean for x is 40 divided by 7, which is 7. This is the mean for x. So this is the mean for x. This is then the mean for y. The mean for x is 5.71. The mean for y is 7.14. Now we created the scatter plots. The scatter plot, this is the table for the scatter plot, and we have found our values for summation x minus x bar and y minus y bar is minus 40.71. We use because these values is in this table. Now, then for the summation x minus x bar square, we got it as 37.40. Now, after that, then we'll calculate for b before we calculate for a. We'll calculate for the slope b. We'll calculate for the slope b using the formula that we formula before, summation x minus x bar into bracket y minus y bar all over summation x minus x bar equals to 40.71 divided by 39.40, and our value for b, value of b is 1.03. As my finger is on it, 1.03. That's value for b. Then the value for a is equals to y bar minus bx by x bar. Then the value for y bar is 7.14 as we got before. Then the value for y bar is minus 1.03 and 5.71. We got that, okay. Then the answer for A is 13.02. Then the scatter plot, this is the scatter plot we constructed. This is it. Yeah, okay. Now the correlation coefficient for R. The formula for correlation coefficient is the formula is R equals to summation x minus x bar open into brackets y minus y bar square root, right? Square root x minus x bar square, then summation y minus y bar square. And if you input the values and everything, you get R equals to minus 0.96. That's the correlation coefficient. The value for correlation coefficient is R is minus 0.96. Now, this is my comment on about the relationship. The correlation coefficient is minus 0.96 as we got before, which indicates a strong negative linear, which implies or which shows that a strong negative linear relation between x and y. As x increases, y trend decreases. As x increases, y trend decreases. So the scatter plot for regression line is supporting this correlation. That's my comment, and thank you very much for listening.